Hey everybody, welcome to the POS Podcast. It is May 24th, be the last one for May. And just so I remind myself, next podcast will probably be on a Tuesday rather than a Monday because I'm going to be dog sitting for my mom. So,
Gonna sit on a dog?
Why would you do that?
yes.
Oh, wow. What the fuck, Paleo? Jeez.
um,
Hmm.
but yeah, have you guys been?
Who's going first? I'm good. I've been making my way through Total Drama. I just finished season 4 today, which was it was fine. It was fine. They changed.
Who's watching it faster, Saber or Jax?
Jax. Yeah, we were gonna watch it together, but then we both like had the thing where because he has to do a bunch of stuff for his channel, and I was just like, oh yeah, I can just go through this by myself because I just he Saber did make me help go through it faster though because I didn't know it was all on YouTube in like one big format where you can just watch all of them without any of this stuff. So I've been going through it like that. I just been having it on, and yeah, it's pretty fun, pretty fun. I would say the third season is probably what people have been saying is probably the best just from because they add songs and all that stuff, but it's it gets you really really invested, really invested. So yeah, liking it. Yeah, so far. It's by the way, before we continue, where's Hero? Is he off doing stuff today?
Yeah, he said he probably couldn't make it tonight.
Cringe.
Too busy crushing pussy. No. Sorry, Hero. Yeah, I've been watching Total Drama. I actually did a tier list and I uploaded it to my second channel, and I can tell already the drama that I'm gonna get from the Total Drama fandom. Because someone's like, you didn't watch the entire 6 seasons? What's up?
No! My controller died and I can't pause Dark Souls! Are you fucking
Yeah.
I was fighting 4 guys at once and I was owning!
I guess you died.
Thanks, Obama.
Oh no, I've been watching Total Drama. Enjoyed it. Did a tier list. That was interesting. Especially the reception. And I'm almost halfway through the second season, but I need to shake a leg because there's a lot more to watch.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting because it's wow, I care a lot more about this show than I anticipated. And
yeah.
Right.
You know you're lucky when you get to season 4. Yeah, when you get to season 4, it's a lot easier to go past because they go from 26 episodes to 13, 13, 13, 13. So just you just blow through them easier. That's good. That's good. Well, yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. Been working on other videos, doing other projects on the side, and I'm trying to think if there's any projects. Oh, I bought a little house, not like an actual house, but a little kitty house. Yeah, I bought a house now. I bought a little house outside for my outside cat.
For the outside cat, yeah.
It's a little black, little roof on it, and she's actually using it, so that's nice. And is there anything in the world of entertainment I've been watching? I finished DuckTales finally.
Oh.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like Amphibia is the next thing I need to go ahead and knock out.
Yeah, you probably knock it out pretty soon because there's a big there's a season 3 intro going around and it spoils fucking everything.
What the hell? Okay.
That's why my ad blocker up. That's why I have my spoiler tag on. People, that spoiler, what is it? Spoiler shield or some shit. I just put that on and then I don't see any of that shit. I just see these big red blocks.
Yeah,
okay,
don't
click on that.
Because I watched the season 2 finale earlier because I wanted to avoid spoilers.
Deception.
So yeah.
Wow, how dare you hurt her?
Katie's fault.
Wow.
What about you, Tom?
I replayed all of Dark Souls 3 for no reason. It's way better on PC at 60 FPS, PC Master Race. Fucking sick. Been working on 3D models for games stuff. I'm hoping we'll be able to reveal the project publicly soon.
I need to write more scripts for the YouTube channel. I have a couple ideas that I want to write. And just getting ready to probably move out of state by the end of the summer.
Oh. So where?
Yeah. Columbus, Ohio, most likely.
Okay.
Because I know some people out there. So that'll be interesting. So a lot of planning, a lot of shit. Also, I finally finished getting all the packing materials I needed to ship out my Patreon packages. So Jack's going to be getting a bunch of cool shit in a few days.
Oh shit! Yeah, it can go with my Izumi, who's over there in the corner.
It's going to be
by
sick.
my Nosuke.
Columbus, the city that's on one of the Great Lakes, or am I mistaken? I think I might have been there before.
Southern part of Ohio, I think.
I'm thinking of Cleveland. Never mind.
Yeah. Cleveland's near the Great Lakes.
Because
remember that's where fucking well, it wasn't exactly where Cantaloupe Gardens was, but it was near Cleveland.
Yeah.
I was telling my patrons that I might probably moving to Columbus by the end of the year, and they're like, go to TrotCon, it's in Columbus. And I'm like, oh no.
So you're going to be in a city that actually has a convention.
Is TrotCon still alive?
I guess so. They're having one this year. My whole chat was like, we gotta meet up at TrotCon now. I'm like, oh god.
Just
in time for G5. I can reveal my new Pony Sona at TrotCon 2021.
There were new images that came out.
I'm ready. I'm ready to dive back in.
But anyway, I guess we can go on to topics. But for me, I've just been watching a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff we'll be talking about here. So I guess we won't talk about Amphibia season 2 since Jax hasn't seen it. I don't think Tom's seen it yet.
I haven't seen the finale.
Yeah,
because I thought we were gonna watch it with Katie a couple days ago, but didn't end up.
And then this one betrayed us.
Disgusting.
But we might talk about the finale there next time then. But they are gonna have season 3. It was really weird how they kept delaying.
Yeah, did they ever explain why that happened? You don't. What good are you?
Fucking frogs. I feel like right now is a very turbulent time for it's both a time of blessing and of curses for content creators, where it's you might get greenlit, but if you're not doing what Disney expects of you, or if you fall into the bullshit arena of their logistics, then God have mercy on your soul. That you might just die right there on the spot. Where it's we greenlit you for 2 seasons and fuck you, die.
Oh yeah. Since we are talking about Amphibia, we'll bring out Owl House too. Because Owl House, its second season is coming out on June 12th. And it has season 3 already greenlit, but season 3 is going to be very weird because it's going to be 3 44-minute specials for season 3.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
They're just going to have a fucking bunch of OVAs?
Yeah, basically.
What is happening?
Disney. Yeah, and apparently it wasn't their choice. They were going to try to have the usual 10 to 20 episode season, but they couldn't do that. It was weird.
Is the show doing badly or something? I don't understand.
It's hard to really say because they're not very transparent about it, especially with streaming.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Maybe a bad, maybe a not. Who knows?
All right. Speaking of streaming, there was a lot of stuff that came out on streaming the past couple weeks. First, let's talk about Castlevania, which I
haven't seen this.
Okay, so
seen Castlevania? Oh, you need to. That is so good.
I haven't seen season 4. I've seen the rest of them.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So Castlevania. We will go into spoilers for this. For
listen. I've already seen one spoiler, which made me mad, but also excited at the same time. But I don't know if it was real or not.
So I'm gonna put up this spoiler tag. So if you haven't seen season 4, you can mute it and then unmute it when we're done. When I remove the spoiler tag, you can unmute it.
I'm running away.
Yeah, Tom. While you Tom, while you're gone, read that like real script from the Powerpuff Girls show. That's why it got
Yeah,
canceled.
I'll bring that up later.
Hold on.
I'll bring that up later when we talk about Powerpuff Girls.
Okay,
We'll be talking about Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Bring that up later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
Right.
so yeah, Castlevania season 4. What are you?
Is the spoiler tag up?
Yeah, the spoiler tag is up. I know that
Okay.
you wanted to ask me a question about a character.
Okay,
yeah.
didn't you just love how fucking Death talked? Like,
Kind of fucked up, mate.
Yeah,
kinda
because he
fucked
was
up,
just
isn't
that
it?
London guy.
yeah,
And it's like,
so
oh,
good.
he's not actually a vampire. He's Death.
It's Death from regular show.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking loved it because it's just like, okay, because like when you bring in the actor like Malcolm McDowell, you bring him in, it's just like usually you think like, oh, he usually plays villains. I wonder why he usually plays like a big bad villain. I wonder what he's doing here. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess I gave him a role. And it's like, oh, and so like when he came in, and because I rewatched season 4 again, just knowing it was Death. And it just cracks me. It's just like,
I'm going to shit out your soul and wipe your girlfriend's face.
and it's just so Death being just like so casual and nonchalant about yeah, it's fucking bullshit, right? I'm fucking Death, and I can't believe I can cite that. It's just I loved every bit with Death in it now. Like that he cracked me up. He cracked me up. That's all I wanted to ask about was that, like, what you thought about that. Like both of you,
yeah.
I just want to know what your thoughts. Yeah, that's just.
That was surprising. It was a nice mix up. It wasn't like I'll take that because like it's been drilled into my brain where it's the typical like ominous
Holier than now.
holier than thou or ominous like ethereal version of Death. This was fun. It was a bit jarring at first, but I'm like, this works. It's fun. I was a bit disappointed because I felt like they were going somewhere with Hector and Isaac to bring it back into the main plots, but they kind of had their own conclusions, and it felt a bit like it's like in Battle of the Five Armies. I know it sounds like a weird example, but like in the second Hobbit movie, Smaug was like, I'm out. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. And the film's been building up to this moment with the dragon, and then the third movie starts and he dies in like 20 minutes, and that's like
Yeah.
So I felt the same way with Isaac and Hector. Well, at least especially with Isaac, I'm like, what's he gonna do next? I'm so excited. And he's like, I'm done. And I'm like, well, okay. So part of me feels like I can forgive it, or it's more understanding, or be more understandable with context. With if they continue on with the series, maybe Hector or Isaac are kicking around when Simon Belmont's born, or whatever Belmont's next in line. If they do continue another like anthology series for it with the different generations, but. Good fights, good visuals. It felt like they needed one more season to fully finish it, and I wish they would have brought Hector and Isaac and the other vampire queens into that story instead of letting it split off and fizzle out. A lot of it felt like it fizzled out on its own, and that wasn't satisfying to me. So, because we start with this small picture, worked our way to a larger picture, introducing the girl vampires and Hector and Isaac. And I'm like, this going to all come back together. And it's like, no, those are doing their own thing. And they'll end on their own. Trevor and Sypha and Alucard and what's his name? Tabitha St. Germain.
Saint Germain.
Saint Germain.
Right. Dracula. Shit like that. I'm like, okay. It was good. I still enjoyed it, but I was expecting a bit more with these other characters versus what they did with them. So
I still think season 2 is my favorite.
It is
because
favorite
Dracula, like Dracula's like great in that.
Agreed.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about them like having Trevor still survive that whole thing at the end? Do you think
I was
kind
surprised.
of like, that's too fairy tale, or do you think I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm glad lucky that Sypha didn't leave like 10 minutes early, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of wish she would have stayed dead, but it's not like, oh, the show's ruined now, but more of he lived. Huh, okay. I thought they were taking the high road of like, no, he's dead, and now it's maybe Alucard helping to raise Sypha's child and being like the
Uncle.
I guess uncle or like the father to stand in or step up to help raise. Is it Simon who comes next?
I don't know. I don't know like because like I know Simon's like the first Belmont that is that's from the games. That is, I don't know if he's the first Belmont like chronologically, because like the original Castlevania games were like, oh yeah, let's just kill vampires and monsters, whatever. Yeah. It didn't really start to get into a lot of story stuff until like Rondo of Blood, I guess, and like Symphony of the Night. So, but yeah, I do want to play more of the Castlevania games though.
What Jax? What'd you think?
I had fun with it. Like again, like I think like again, season 2 is probably my favorite because Dracula is so great. When they got to the beginning of season 4, first thing I kept thinking is just like, okay, just how OP is fucking Sypha? Because it seems like she can just handle everything by her fucking self. It's like, I'm the avatar who will fucking end you with no set. And it's just like, I can do this and that and this, that. And then she's fighting fucking like kaiju shit at the end. I'm just like, how fucking, do you even need like Trevor and them around? Because it feels like she can do all this stuff. And like when she's fighting, it's like, is there like a recharge time? Because it sort of feels like she's just got this endless energy when she's fighting. So that's really cool. I thought Trevor's fights were great. The whole thing with like Alucard and Saint Germain and stuff like that, I thought that was like interesting of like how Saint Germain the last season was like, oh no, I'm here, I'm helping you out. But then like in this season, it's just like, no, I need to get my dick sucked. And he even says that in the show. He's just like, I am going to have sex tonight. That's what I'm doing. And it's just like, okay, so like that's his main goal. And so that was very interesting to me, like just like to see how he changed and like how the whole thing went through. Again, I feel like there was some stuff I was kind of curious about, like for instance, like Isaac, like you said, Saber, where like in season 3 is like, oh, all these people like died. I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna go fucking get those vampire queens with a fucking army. Like he's got like swarms and swarms of people now. And it's like, oh no, I buried them. All right, they deserve to be buried. And like, all the flesh wasn't good enough. And then like that the one demon like who can eat like flesh and talk like comes and talks to him, and like they have a nice little conversation. And I do like the conversation in the show. Like I will say that like I know some people were saying like season 3 is a bit slow, but I really did enjoy most of the conversations, like when Isaac talked to the pirate and he was like saying like, oh no, this is why what human life is. If you take away like all human life, you take away human kindness too. Like you take away human cruelty, but you take away human kindness. So I thought that was like a cool little thing. Again, I do kind of wish there was more with the Hector thing, because it was like, it just sort of seemed like, oh, this girl, she fucked me, put this ring on me, and now I'm her slave. And it was like, oh, this seems like hell. But then Hector at the beginning of this season is just like, oh no, it was all part of my plan. I can do this. So yeah, I'm summoning all these people here. So I think that should have had a bit more time. Like with that, like him and Lenore and shit like that. I thought that would have been a bit like better. But
I wish Bill. I wish Bill.
I think someone did a YouTube poop with that. I think someone did. I can't remember. I think someone did on Reddit. I can't find it. If someone in the chat knows, that was great. But I loved all the fight scenes again. Phenomenal. It just seemed like some of the vampire queens were just like, oh yeah, that Carmilla girl, she's fucking nuts. So yeah, well, let's just go our own way. Like the big fucking the lesbian vampires, the one that was like the big wearing the day armor. And then like a part of me was like, if you have this type of armor, why don't you try and get more of it for like all of your people? If you can just like go through like this. It's just like, I mean, she is fucking going ham with her fucking day armor, and it's just like, if you knew Dracula, I feel like Dracula would own that shit and like spread it out to a bunch of people. There's just a bunch of questions like that get brought up, but for the most part, had fun with it. Thought it was a pretty great series. Enjoyed the finale. Loved the death scene, and it did feel like, because I went and watched a video of someone comparing like the fight to like the video game, so like that was cool how they did the whole thing comparison. So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty damn good show. Wouldn't say the finale was like something, absolutely 100% perfect, because again, I feel like Trevor, it would have been like really impactful if he died, but oh well, like, that's, I love Death's whole scene in that, just like him just being such a smarmy shitlord. Like I love when you have beings that are just like so ridiculously overpowered and they're talking to you all casually like, I'm fucking Death, mate. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? I love that shit. Like it's so good. Yeah.
Okay. Also,
great.
like GTA drivers was saying that like Game Boy's the first Belmont was Leon. Yeah. From Lament of Innocence. Also apparently born in 1072. So very early. That's like Middle Ages, basically.
That's that's like the invasion of the norms or whatever. Like, oh, whatever. Yeah. So 1066 is what that. Oh, whatever. Yeah. Medieval Europe. We.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed the show. It got a lot more people like interested in Castlevania though like Castlevania isn't really known for the story. It's more known for like gameplay wise, though I don't know much about like the later Castlevanias. I've only played like some of the earlier ones in Symphony of the Night. I know that the Game Boy Advance ones and like the DS ones go more into a bit of the story stuff. But this one, this series is I think is still like one of the best like adaptations of a video game franchise because it has like it has enough like quality to it to where like the animation looks good, the story is like interesting, and it has like that sort of fan service too, with like the different enemies and the different attacks that the characters do. It's like, oh yeah, that's from the game, and sometimes the music as well.
Right.
So it has that going for it. Anyway, yeah, Castlevania, it's great. Yeah. All right, I'll remove the spoiler tag here. Next thing is another Netflix show.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. If this isn't right. Like, do you have the thing about He-Man on here?
Yeah, I do.
Because that whole okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. That's awesome.
But yeah, the next thing is another Netflix show, and that's Volume 2 of Love, Death, and Robots came out. I was
Watch it with Laura.
Yeah, I was concerned that they wouldn't get another like volume, but apparently they did. But though it's not as long as the first one. It's
not as
like,
good.
It's less than half the amount of episodes too. Yeah, and I agree. It's not as good. It has like a lot of the same animators, but there's one animation director on here that I love. That I hope he gets a feature-length movie sometime.
I'm curious to see which ones y'all think are the standouts because there's like two in particular. I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. A lot of these are pretty damn cool, but
yeah. One of them was like really funny.
Which one? Which one? Okay,
the one that was funny to me, that was the Christmas one.
That was I like the Rankin Bass stop motion for that. That was cool.
Yeah. Wait, Jax, have you seen Volume 2?
I don't know what Love, Death, and Robots is. Like, what is it?
I thought I like heard you say that you watched it. Because I mentioned that like one of the shorts from the first volume that I said like, oh yeah, you'll probably like this because like it's about werewolves and whatever.
That's this thing that came out like 2018, right? 2019. I think I watched a bit of that thing, but I didn't watch like the entire series.
Yeah.
So like to me, like I didn't even know the second one came
it's basically just a collection of animated shorts.
Oh, that's cool. I need to watch that then.
Yeah, and they're all like either sci-fi or horror based usually.
Cool.
Very creative, and taking liberties and.
But there's one that has like that was in this volume that was basically like a little Christmas short. It was also the shortest of all of them. It was only like 4 minutes. But it had like a stop motion look to it. But I'm pretty sure it was 3D, made to look like stop motion. But I think you would like it because it has some very much like Krampus vibes to it.
I love Krampus. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. I'll check it out.
But it's not Krampus. It's something completely different. Okay. But yeah, the other one that stood out to me a lot was Ice.
That was the best one.
Yeah, it was definitely the best one. It's the same director that did the Zima Blue one from the first volume, which was the other like 2D one from that. and
it felt like a comic book.
Right.
It looked like one.
Like it has a lot of that. I would say it has the kind of the style of like, Genndy Tartakovsky, but even thicker outlines.
Well, the lighting made it look like it's a comic book. Like it's outstanding how when I was watching, I'm like, is this 2D? And then it moved, and I'm like, oh, it's 3D. And there's some moments where some of the 3D models, like the characters, go a little bit kind of wonky, but the lighting and the framing with the dark lines to make it look like a comic book like panel, that was great. Yeah, I love that. That was the best one visually, and also I think the story was
like Nathaniel Focus said, is like the guy. He's Robert Valley. He worked on Tron Uprising and Motor City.
That's awesome. That was something that Love, Death, and Robots will do, because they'll just throw you right into it. Like sometimes there's explanations, like the yogurt one, or in the first season, or the Hitler one. But then like there's other ones where they just throw you into a world and you're like, what's going on? Which when done effectively, like storytelling out there.
Yeah. But overall, like these collection of shorts, I don't think they were as good as the first volume's collection.
They weren't, but it's not that they're bad. They just weren't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there were only 8 for this volume, rather than like the 18 from the first one. I think it was 18.
Okay.
I thought it was 16. Was it 18? Jeez. But yeah, a good show. I liked it.
Okay.
I think it's cool that the more studios are doing these like series that. Cause I'd imagine that maybe Netflix or isn't Illumination doing something similar to Love, Death, and Robots, where they're like, we're doing our own, like, we're investing in artistic shorts.
I don't know. I guess we'll do the rest of the Netflix stuff here. Army of the Dead. I watched that.
Should we bring Tom back?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
Jax tagged him.
Okay, sorry.
But Army of the Dead, that's Zack Snyder's new movie. That's on Netflix. It's a zombie movie. I don't know if it's trying to be like a serious action movie or a silly zombie movie, or both, because I have trouble like thinking of the.
Y'all keep talking. I haven't seen this. I'm gonna
I'm gonna be the only one here. Oh no, they're all gone. I'm the only one here. Anyway, yeah. The Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder. It's a zombie movie that takes place in Las Vegas, where they basically walled off Las Vegas. And people are trying to make trying to go back into Las Vegas because Dave Bautista hires a crew to go back in, or not hires a crew, but he finds a crew because this like guy that had a casino in Las Vegas wants his money back. Though there's some like ulterior motives and stuff there, but it's basically like Ocean's 11 combined with like Zombieland, I guess. They're not exactly Zombieland because like the zombies are only in the one area. But yeah, did you watch Army of the Dead, Jax?
Oh no, I didn't get a chance to. I was just wanting to work and I was having that in the background. Like, did it really start off with zombie titties on the screen? I heard that in the Double Toasted review.
It didn't immediately start with it.
Oh, okay.
Not immediate. I mean, it was in the title sequence.
Oh, okay.
Or the opening credits sequence.
Gotcha. All right. So, but was it like who did Dawn of the Dead 2004? Was that Zach?
I think.
Let me look it up. Dawn of the Dead 2004. Because that was a good movie. Dawn of the Dead 2004 film. Was that Zack Snyder? Because if it was, that was Zack Snyder.
It was him.
That was a good movie. I liked that movie a lot. Was this a sequel to that movie?
No, not exactly. I guess like a spiritual. I mean, I was saying like it's basically like Ocean's 11 combined with like a zombie movie.
Okay,
Because they're trying to pull off a heist
were they fast
in like quarantine Las Vegas, where a bunch of zombies are just roaming around.
Okay, were the zombies like fast, or were they just normal zombies?
Both. There's more than one type.
Okay, did they talk?
No.
Did the zombies? Okay.
No, they don't talk, but they're smart.
Oh, so it was like the crazies.
Like they're like alpha zombies, and then just regular zombies that they call shamblers, that are like just like, you know, dumb zombies that like slow.
Do they have like subtitles and shit when they're?
No, they just scream.
Oh, that would have made me watch in a sec. I love when horror monsters have like subtitles. They're so good.
Yeah, but
damn.
it's weird because like it weirdly gets serious at times, and I'm like, I don't have to be serious. Like, this is a fucking weird zombie movie.
Right. You know Zach though. He has no like filter. Like, there's sometimes where it's just like he writes something to be so serious, but it comes off comedic, and he doesn't realize what he's writing is comedic. He's like, "Oh my god, this is like Shakespeare. This is beautiful. This is magnificent." This is like, no, this is hilarious, bro. Like, what are you talking about? It's like,
yeah, and they're like questionable things about like, I don't know. Like I said to you, maybe I've played like too much Left 4 Dead, but there are parts I'm like, did nobody bring a sniper rifle? I mean, you just like kill it. Like,
exactly.
Like, kill the smart zombies. If like, or like that zombie's just like standing on the car over there, looking at you and screaming at you, just kill her.
Exactly. Yeah. Army of the Dead. Yeah, because it didn't have like a zombie queen or some shit like that.
Yeah. It was like, that's the queen. We gotta have an offer. It was like, or you could just kill her.
Wait, zombie queen?
Yeah.
See, like, you know, I thought for the longest time this Army of the Dead thing was like, you know, Evil Dead, the sequel. Like, it was like a remake of that. And I was like, oh fuck, is this Army? And I was like,
that.
no,
Army of Darkness. No.
Army of Darkness was fucking great.
Yeah, Army of Darkness is a great movie.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit.
Dark. All right. Next thing. I guess I'll be the only one to talk about this one. Jurassic World. Camp Cretaceous Season 3. I liked it. It had some.
Is it better than the first one?
The first season?
Yeah. Does it get better as it goes along, or does it stay the same, like quality wise?
I'd say it stays about the same for me.
Okay.
It does develop the characters a bit more, and and what they're all about. I am excited to see where it goes from here, because it like goes up to like the very beginning of Fallen Kingdom. For the events that happen there. Because in the beginning of Fallen Kingdom, you see like those guys in the helicopter trying to get the Indominus, get the Indominus DNA and stuff.
Yeah.
So and then, it goes up that far, but it doesn't go like, past that, because like in Fallen Kingdom is like years after.
Right.
With season 3, the kids are like still stuck on the island.
Oh damn! So they've been on that island for like 3 fucking years?
No. The beginning of the fall, like that sequence in the beginning of the Fallen Kingdom is like 6 months after the events of.
Oh.
So they've been on the island for like 6 months.
Okay. Damn.
As long as Jim's daughter survived, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll kill any of the kids. And so far, none of them have died.
What if one of them's like turns 18 on the island, and then like a dinosaur immediately kills them? Just like
yeah, that's valid.
I'm just very interested to see what happens once they get to that the part in the movies where in Fallen Kingdom where like, oh, the dinosaurs are on the mainland now.
What do we do?
Yeah, kill them. Yeah.
Right.
So
is this a canon show though? Like, is it actually like?
I think it's canon. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
like
this
like
is
every,
some
everything
Clone
that
Wars
everything that's
shit.
happened is like, oh yeah. Also, in this season, Blue does show up, so,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
There you go. So okay, so this is like some Clone Wars shit in between the movie. Like, is this gonna be like homework before the next one comes out? Or
I
is it,
don't,
like,
I don't
you
think
have
it's gonna
to
be like that.
watch-
These are like just
Okay.
some events that are happening with characters in the background that you don't really see in the movies, I guess.
Why was
The,
Grievous
the,
called?
the same way that like Agents of Shield, it's like you don't need to watch Agents of Shield to get the MCU.
Oh yeah, they completely retconned that. Yeah, they got rid of that shit. Yeah, they got rid of that shit. Damn.
All right, and then the other thing before we go to the other big thing to talk about that will have spoilers. Modok. I watched the first 2 episodes of this.
That's out
Yeah, it came out a couple days ago, I think.
on Disney
It came out on
Plus?
Friday. No, it's on Hulu.
Oh fuck, I need to watch that.
Yeah, I watched the first couple episodes. I'm not sure if I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Is it trying too hard?
It hasn't made me like really laugh yet, which is
Okay.
Yeah, which is
So
surprising.
DC's still the king of their shit.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
like, yeah, with the animation. Like they're just like sitting back looking at each other like, yeah, let them do their little fucking cartoon.
Yeah, though I have only
Yeah.
seen 2 episodes, so
Okay.
I'll
right.
I'll keep watching it and see if it makes me laugh anymore.
Yeah.
And then the last review thing, we will go into spoilers for this. Is the Adventure Time special, Disneyland's Together Again. So I'm going to put a spoiler tag up for this. If you haven't seen Together Again, mute the stream. I'll take the spoiler tag off when we're done talking, and you can unmute it.
Yeah. Just tell me when you're done talking about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Wait, Jax, you've seen it.
Yeah, I don't want to cry again.
No, we'll talk about it up to a point, and then yeah.
yeah.
All right. I am very surprised at how funny Adventure Time can be and serious at the same time.
Right.
Like,
Right.
unlike
Like,
Zack
yeah.
Snyder.
Oh no, exactly. It's like Adventure Time mastered that shit of like lulling you into a false sense of security, and then bam, your emotions, like fucking bullshit. Like it's one of those shows. Like it's become like a trope thing with me, like with shows, like especially shows nowadays. Like I'm talking about this with like all of you, like you, like all y'all, about how like shows these days have this thing where they like are telling this like fun comedic story, then all of a sudden it's just like, you ready for a fields trip? Bam, you ready for a fields? Bam, bam, bam. It's just like out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Like one of the shows that I didn't expect to do that was fucking Green Eggs and Ham, but lo and behold, it fucking did it out of nowhere. And it's
But Green
like,
Eggs and Ham.
for fucking Green Eggs and Ham. And so like with Adventure Time, one of the pioneers of this shit, it's just like it's so good and making you like care about these characters. Like I think that works so well because it's like we've laughed with these characters, we love them, we're very endeared to them, and then like, you know, when something tragic happens to them, it hits even harder because we love them, we laugh them so hard. It's just like, oh fuck, what the fuck's going on here? It's just like, why is this hurting more? Because we love them, we laugh with them.
And the
we
thing
did all
is,
this
like,
stuff.
if Adventure Time doesn't have it as like something like that simple of like, oh yeah, character dies or whatever. It's like, no, you know, like for this it's like it the beginning of this special is like, oh, it seems like a normal Adventure Time episode, like a season 1 or 2 episode. Where like, oh yeah, Finn and Jake are going off to fight Ice King to save a princess or whatever. And then they learn, it's like, oh, this is just a hallucination that Finn's having.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh yeah, because it shows the title card for the episode. It's like Adventure Time presents Finn and Jake, and there's just some blank space. And then like once we realize, oh, Finn's old and he's in the land of the dead. It's like Finn and Jake are dead. Like,
yeah. So good. That was so good. I was just like I respect the fact that, like, you know, they were just like, yeah, by the way, they're dead. Like they're old.
they're fucking dead.
They're fucking dead. They're fucking dead. Like there's no beating around the bush. They're dead. Like you're not gonna see. They're dead. That's what happens. And I was like, oh, that was like good because I liked how like on the pictures and stuff like that. Like everyone had been hyping it up ever since that freaking Marshalling special with Bubblegum, like because he like had fucking Jake tatted on his chest. And was like, okay, so what's gonna happen with this next special? It's just about those two. Oh, I bet it's gonna hurt my feel. Oh my god, I don't think I'm mentally prepared for this. And so like I loved how they were just like, yeah, no, you're not gonna say it. Boom, dead. Like he's in Dead World, Adventure Time shenanigans. Let's go. That was
because I was interested to see like if we would ever see any, because they've mentioned like multiple Dead Worlds in the show before, so and here we actually get to see a lot of them.
Right. Yeah.
Something this show's very good at is that it doesn't pander. And I mentioned this to Pele before, when the reason why I was a bit slow on the uptake with Adventure Time is I assumed it was a quirky, which year we say random stuff like, oh, mathematical. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird. You're being absurd for absurd's sake, or for absurdity's sake, whatever. And then when Pele came to visit me back in like 2018, we did a marathon of Adventure Time. And I truly watched it. And I'm like, wow, it shows a lot more heart and commentates in a very philosophical way on all these different facets of life, and death being like one that they did not shy away from. And they were able to present this stuff where it doesn't feel like they're dumbing it down while also not being too depressing, but also acknowledging why, it's a tough subject. And I was curious if they would go full on existential dread with this, which I guess it's up to the individual to decide. But I actually thought that they're able to incorporate like the topic of death with the fantasy elements of Adventure Time, with the multiple different layers of the afterlife and the 50th level, or that level where you're stuck in the pit, and also like how you can see like all these callbacks to where, what was it? There was an afterlife where Tree Trunks was surrounded by all of her lovers.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great. So the show's always had a lot of heart, and that's no exception here. And especially when you know that Finn, to me, as a character, represents the human spirit. And he's always had a difficult time. And then also another good thing about this show is its continuity, where Finn, like before, when Jake's like, I'm gonna die someday and I'll be spread throughout the universe, and Finn's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it, man.
It's like
I'm going to cry. So I think Finn has difficulty coming to terms with his own mortality, Jake's own mortality, and that it's been on his conscious, like the primary thing on his conscious from the day he lost Jake and onward. So to see them I was wondering if they would go hard, like where when Jake was like, I don't know you. I'm like, oh shit, this where are they gonna go with this? And they at the end, and the spoilers, they're like, okay, no, Jake and Finn are reunited, and they're going to continue existing in multiple.
Yeah, but the whole thing with Jake, like, it's like, I'm just messing with you, Fern. Are you still messing with me?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Jake, what are you doing, bro? Like, don't do that. I was like, don't do this. Oh man, that was gold.
Oh yeah, the whole clapping thing, like,
yeah, with the dog thing.
Yeah. Where he's like clapping, to like find Jake. That is actually from a previous episode of the episode where they're trying to be like James Baxter.
Oh yeah.
Where like Jake actually said he was like doing this, and he was like, well, when we die and we're in the dead worlds, you do this to find me. That was a nice thing of continuity. There's like a whole thing of like Easter eggs and stuff that are in this episode. So many different callbacks.
A mark of quality is when you know your source in your previous episodes so well that you can acknowledge like these seeds you planted from before. So it's a good show. It's smart. It's clever. It's heartfelt. It's philosophical. It can hit up very heavy topics that most kid shows wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, and it does so in a very effective way, both with levity above all else.
And that's why I'm saying that like well, what I brought up before is that Adventure Time doesn't have it as something so simple as like, oh yeah, your favorite character died or whatever. No, it's the whole thing of like the conflicting emotions that like Jake was having about like, should I go back to Nirvana or just be with Finn because I'm happy with Finn?
Yeah.
And yeah, like Jake goes towards Finn because he said like life is worth living if it's with you, and that's the whole part of the episode that got me like the first time I watched it and also the second time.
No, the first one, I'll say the part that got me was it was like, okay, like right before they got into the thing, like because I get it's that fucking trope with like family members saying goodbye to each other or anything like that, where Finn and Jake are having their little talk off about like, hey, I love you, and when you died, bro, it like really affected me. It's like, oh, I didn't think it would hurt you that bad, man. And then like they have their little talk, and then like the new death is like, okay, well, time to go. And then like Jake just says like, you got this, buddy. And then like all Finn does is he grabs him and he hugs him really hard and he says, thanks, bro, under his breath. That broke me. I was just like, I was ugly crying. I was just like, you fucking bitch. And then like when he's flying off and stuff like that, and then like he starts crying and he comes back in and he goes and like, I'm just like, snot, everything. It was bad. It got me bad. I was just like, that is. I sent like a picture of Paley of me crying like, this shit. It's fucking bad. It got me bad. Like I can't watch that scene. Like that is a scene like. It was just so simple. It's just the way his voice sort of broke and trembled when he said "thanks, bro." Like that really just I can't.
Yeah,
shit
that was a quote from Marceline Abbott here in the chat. Wait on Marceline here. It says I'm coming back just for fun. Lisa, I'm just coming back for fun because it's great being alive with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's worth checking out. That makes me wonder what they have planned for the final of the series.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
I think this was meant to be the final one for Distant Lands. I think Wizard City was supposed to come out first because from what everybody was working on the show saying is that they were coming out as they were being finished, not in any particular order.
What you think about the Lich being the final villain? Again,
I like that.
Yeah, because I think people missed like seeing the Lich for like one final time, even though he's like been around.
Yeah, exactly. He was fucked up how he did death. Like that was good wrong. Oh damn.
I like that this show is spiritual but not religious, and that's a really good way to do it, especially in a fantasy world that is of your own making. Is like we can talk about life and death, and we can discuss about these beings that we like want to come up with represent entities, but it never felt like they had an agenda. They're just commentating on the human experience, and I like that.
Right. But with Adventure Time, I think excuse me. I think what makes it a pioneer compared to like other shows is that I've seen a lot other shows that like are trying to do like the same thing that Adventure Time did. And a lot of the times I see them like try to rush it. Where with Adventure Time, it was silly for like 2.5 seasons. Like it had like its moments at times, but then like there's like a point in the 3rd season where we saw what the Ice King was before, and that's when everything changed. Where it was like, what?
It's pacing.
Right.
It's pacing and whether or not they're actually saying anything of value.
Yeah.
Because like so many shows do that, like faux and oh my god, of all things to screw up on. They do that like, wow, we're deep, we're profound. We have something to say. And you're right, there are some shows that rush into it. And I think it's cool that Adventure Time does not get enough credit for really establishing that precedent. Because like Gravity Falls. As of late, DuckTales, Amphibia, and I've seen a few episodes of that, and I can already get the vibes as heading in that direction. It seems like I might be correct from all the excitement. It's cool to see stories that we take more seriously, and they're not just like slice of life craziness, which is nothing wrong with that. I like to have hot dogs, I like to have steak, I like to have cookies and cupcakes.
And a lot of my favorite Adventure Time episodes are the slice of life ones.
The board game one.
Yeah.
I flipped the pig.
Yeah. There are a lot of great faces in that episode. But
That game hits different, or that episode hits differently if you've met somebody who's a board game fanatic. Because I watched it before. Board game, card games. Because I watched it before, and then I hung out with Laura and her friends who are board game fanatics, and I watched it again, and I'm like, oh no, this is okay. I see now. I see.
Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna take the spoiler tag off now. But yeah, if you haven't seen Together Again, or you haven't seen Adventure Time in general, I would recommend it. It's one of my favorite shows. I think definitely my favorite show from. Oh no, wait, no. I forgot I'm wearing the shirt. Powerpuff Girls. I was gonna say my favorite show from Cartoon Network. I was like, wait, no. Powerpuff Girls.
For now,
it's my second favorite show from Cartoon Network. But yeah, Adventure Time, watch it Together Again. All right, let's go on to the trailers and stuff here. Is Tom here?
He's I don't know.
Yeah, he said he was gonna for the Adventure Time thing.
God, no! I'm getting stabbed in Dark Souls. What the fuck? I de-aggroed this guy.
All right, so we got some trailers here. Wish Dragon got a new trailer. I think it's a like official English trailer.
Which dragon?
Wish Dragon.
Yeah, which one are you talking about?
Wish Dragon.
Don't fall for this man's bait.
It's coming out. It's coming out on June 11th. So that'll be fun. Tuca and Birdie is also coming out in June.
Adult Swim.
On
No
Adult Swim
titties in the
on
opening.
June 13th.
June 13th.
I'm excited to see new episodes of that.
Yeah, same.
Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe origin movie. For Snake Eyes.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
no, it's weird with that movie because, like, again, I love G.I. I love Snake Eyes. He's so great. But it's like the fact that, again, I'm hearing Snake Eyes talk in an origin. I know it's an origin film, and like they're gonna do something to take his voice away, either like because he either has a vow of silence or he gets injured and loses voice. But it's weird just seeing him without his mask and doing all this stuff. It's like that's what makes him so badass. Is like that. So you could have had like a quiet Mandalorian film, but okay, whatever. Just do what you want to do. Fuck
yeah.
People wouldn't be able to relate to that.
Yeah, they can't relate to a fucking mute ninja or some shit.
A silent protagonist, a ninja being quiet, we can't have that.
Wow, no, we have to have him be. Exactly.
We had a trailer for Hotel Transylvania Transformania. Oh, by the way, Snake Eyes comes out July 23rd.
You see how many people are mad how they did.
Yeah, I see how many people are mad that the Invisible Man isn't hot.
Yeah. That was like a whole thing back in the day. It's like Invisible Man's like probably so sexy and shit like that. It's just like
that's also July 23rd, same day as Snake Eyes. Which one will make more money?
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
And we finally got our some footage of Monsters at Work, the Monsters Inc. show coming out on Disney Plus, coming out on July 2nd.
Oh, where? I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah.
Is it CGI?
Yeah, it's like a 30-second teaser. It's CGI. It's from Pixar.
Is it got the same voices?
Yeah. Yeah, like Billy Crystal and John Goodman are reprising their roles, though they're not like the main characters of this one. But they are, like the bosses.
Oh, so is Zootopia gonna be? Zootopia should probably be the same way then.
Yeah. We got a trailer for Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, coming out July 9th. It'll be interesting with that. It's actually following, actual characters from the games, unlike the movies. Has Leon and Claire in it.
Oh yeah,
and it's
I like how it's like
CG,
not pseudo anime, like which not many studios can pull off. They're just like, let's just like make it look like a video game.
Yeah, make it look like Resident Evil.
That's such a crazy idea. It just might work.
Yes.
This is interesting.
Don't give Nemesis a nose.
So that pilot Smiling Friends?
No.
Yeah, from like Psychic Pebbles and
Yeah.
shoot, there's another fella who worked on it. I know that Mike Stalaska does like a voice on the show.
Yeah, but
It's like one
apparently
character, I
they're
believe, yeah.
getting a series on Adult Swim later this year.
That's cool. That's cool. Good on them. That's
Good on them.
They've been trying for years to get a show off the ground in an official capacity. Because it makes me wonder whatever happened to Leo and Satan. Like that show just never
Yeah.
saw the light of day. But yeah, it's neat. It's cool to see online creators reach those levels. Good on them.
Right. There's a Friends the reunion on HBO Max coming May 27th, so in a few days.
No one cares.
Who
Yeah, I
cares?
don't
Right,
care.
right.
Katie cares.
Katie
She's
does.
silly. She's
What
silly.
is it?
loves
She
that
would
shit.
like Friends.
She's basic. Yeah.
And then I was it today or yesterday? Eternals, the trailer for that.
I did
came
not
out.
give a fuck about that at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched it, and I'm like, I saw a lot of the comments were like, Eternals, like, it was like, we've been watching you for like eons or whatever. It's like, so you didn't do anything about Thanos?
You didn't do anything about slavery. You didn't do anything about what Hitler did. You didn't do anything. You've been here since we were cave people, but you just what? And now you're getting involved. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. It's just like yeah.
They're part of Starfleet, so they follow the Prime Directive. You know, like
Uh-huh.
they can't interfere unless
Right.
Disney says it's time to make some money. Then they can interfere.
Exactly.
All
The
right.
trailer looked basic though.
Now, onto some news topics. First from Adult Swim. They've greenlit some movies. One of them for Venture Brothers. Another one
Yeah.
for Metalocalypse, and another for Aqua Teen
Yeah.
Hunger Force. So
Yeah.
those are three big ones.
Good.
I'm excited to see what they do with those.
Yeah, exactly. Are they going? They're just.
I
Like,
don't know if like
straight to
Metalocalypse
TV
is like a
movies?
continuation of where they left off, or
Hmm.
So we'll find out.
yeah,
Yeah, guess so.
or with Venture Brothers as well. So the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, that's going to be released in 2022, with new characters and stuff.
Yeah, I remember when the guy interviewed was being interviewed by Corey on Double Toasted. Like he had that shit in the background. He's like, "Oh, you weren't supposed to see that." But well, there you go. That's what the characters look like for that. So it's just like, and still like he fucking did it. So that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, they like the main characters' parents like are a gay couple. So
Yeah, just like Loud House.
yeah, but these
That's
are
cool.
his main characters.
Oh, main characters. So you're saying Clyde isn't a main character?
He's the best friend of the main character.
Yeah. Okay. We see what that is in Hollywood.
This is very interesting. Bong Joon-ho, who's the director of like Parasite and Snowpiercer and The Host and all those movies, he's going to be directing an animated film, set in the deep sea. So I am very interested in that.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll have sharks and shit. Or Cthulhu.
Yeah, I still need to watch The Host. I haven't seen that yet.
You need to watch Underwater.
Underwater?
Yeah, it's a horror movie, and it's like about like it's about. I won't spoil, but it's just basically monsters and shit underwater, and like that's what they're stuck at. It's good. It wasn't good. It was just it's a fun movie. It's just a stupid movie.
Yeah, I also did watch another one of his movies yesterday. Memories of Murder. That was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
We got photos and a release date for the Masters of the Universe.
He-Man.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
really good actually.
it looks good, but it's like they fused the '80s cartoon with that 2002 cartoon because it's like they blended them. Yeah, it's like they blended them perfectly. There are certain character designs. It was like, oh shit! Like the only thing I kind of hope for, and this is just like the most teeny tiny minimal like little thing, is like I want Skeletor's eyes to light up when he's like angry, because like in 2002's one, that was what made him so fucking badass. It's like when he was serious, like his eyes yeah. Yeah, there you go. Make it like Sans. It'll make the kids happy, even though it's not for kids. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So yeah.
So I know Tom. Why did I say John?
John Oliver, our friend John Oliver.
Tom was excited about this one. Netflix is developing a CGI Ultraman movie.
Yeah, it looks really fucking sick from the key art they showed off in the original post. I'm pretty stoked about it because they have the 3D CG anime series, but it's very different from classic Ultraman, I guess, like the kind of formula, because in that it's more like they're all in like Iron Man suits. But Ultraman traditionally is like a giant transforming hero, like a kaiju sort of thing, where he fights big,
like think of superhuman samurai.
Yeah, so this one seems to be much more in line with that kind of concept, and I guess like one of the co-directors worked on DuckTales and Gravity Falls, so there's some good names involved, I guess. So I'm interested in where this is going to go. And I guess that from the article, it's saying that they're trying to like make Ultraman more of a recognized name in like for Western audiences, because it's huge in Japan. Obviously, it's like the inspiration behind so many special effects shows and stuff. So I've watched it ever since I was a little kid, and it looks really cool. And I hope that it's dope.
And he killed Godzilla.
Rip off
with the fucking fan on his neck.
That fucking fan on his neck.
He killed Godzilla, but in Godzilla's defense, he did have a tumor. So
yeah, exactly. He just ripped it off.
So apparently, AT&T's like they are merging Warner Media and Discovery.
Discovery is worth that much, to be honest.
Yeah, for $43 billion. They
own My Little Pony. Of course, it's worth
$43 billion. Do you know how many cheesy gordita crunches I could get with that?
A lot.
Fucking 12.
These big corporations just keep fusing up. We need Teddy Roosevelt to bust these fuckers. Bust these monopolies. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Whatever. Discovery Channel, I'm like Shark Week, and that's it. That's all I know.
Yeah. Also related to companies doing things, Amazon is going to be closing in on buying MGM for $9 billion.
Oh God, the world gets smaller.
Damn.
Wait, what is MGM? Oh, okay, got it. I thought you meant like the gambling, like the casino stuff. Okay, man. Amazon just wants a piece of the action.
Warner Brothers, they're going to be releasing Dune in theaters only, for 45 days. And then it's going to be on HBO Max.
Maybe they'll pay $45. Maybe.
Because it's interesting because this is the first movie that breaks that original plan to have every movie this year both in theaters on HBO Max and HBO Max on the same day.
Well,
because I know like a lot of directors were like mad about and studios were mad that Warner Brothers was doing this.
Wasn't Christopher Nolan like calling people, being like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Yeah.
The streaming wars have begun.
Yeah.
Begun.
So I think Dune isn't out until like. No.
I know next to nothing about Dune, except for like
Spice.
Oh, what a worm.
Yeah, I just know it's from a director I like, the same director of like Arrival and Blade Runner 2049. So, yeah.
That's all I know about Dune. The spikes.
I know it exists. That's about it. I'm so uncultured.
The sequel to Enchanted, Disenchanted, is now in production and is going to be released next year.
Enchanted. What's Enchanted? Is that the one with
Enchanted is
Amy
that
Adams?
Disney movie where like the animated princess becomes live action and goes into
Amy Adams was in that movie. Oh, I haven't seen that in years. I remember
I haven't seen the movie, but I like to watch it.
I think James Baxter did the animation, by the way. Like during
the beginning sequence. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun movie.
There's a couple of DC animated stuff here. Batman Caped Crusader is an animated series coming to HBO Max and Cartoon Network.
Another fucking Batman cartoon, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. From what it says,
why did I say it like that?
It says, like J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves are teaming together for this.
J.J. Abrams.
And they're saying that like it's supposed to be like a reimagining of the Batman mythology, and it's like going back to the noir roots of Batman.
I mean, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Batman's cool. I mean, they've had like fucking like 4 great Batman series, so yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and then I know that Jackson's excited about this one. My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah, Himbo Superman. I've been missing like the last thing with Superman. Well, like I'm just glad that we live in a world now where like I'm not happy about it, but it's like we live in a world where like when Superman is like actually himself, it's like such a breath of fresh air, because like we've seen so many various interpretations of him where it's just like evil, like Homelander, evil fuck, Omni-Man like doing things, Injustice being so like the Justice Lords, all that shit. Like we were just so used to seeing like evil Superman, so like just seeing Superman, well, like just from the image, just seeing him just be like, oh, I don't know, like this like dopey himbo guy, like I love that shit. Like I want more of that shit. Like I just want more of that type of Superman out there. Because I watched what was it? Man, I think it was like a DC anime movie, like Man of Tomorrow or something. I think it was that. It came out like 2019. It was really good. And like Superman, like it was just like, oh, that is Superman's personality. Like him just being a good old Kansas boy who can lay you the fuck out. Like I love that shit. So that's what I hope they do with this show. And then freaking like, I can't believe Luce grew up. So that's good.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was fan art for Owl House when I saw it on my timeline, like everybody else did. It's like
the thing is, like I saw people getting mad at the fact that she was being compared to Luce, and I'm like,
why?
Kind of look like her.
It's the short hair and the.
It's the short hair, like the eyebrows, like the fact that she has like the one like earring thing.
Yeah.
Like. It's like it's not just the short hair; it's the hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, it looks. Yeah, like if you put the images, it's like verbatim the same thing. It was so good. Tom, what do you have to say? Because you're a mega Superman fan too. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, after the fucking downer fest that has been everything Superman with like Snyderverse and everything, I'm glad that someone's like, hey, Superman's like kind of fun and like nice and cool and not shitty. So I know I was like complaints like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of seeing this art style. I'm like, what do you mean, like good art? Like it looks great. Like it doesn't look like art. A classic Bruce Timm style cartoon, but it doesn't, like, I'm assuming people are saying like, oh, it looks just like all the cartoons that come out these days. I'm like, this does not look like Steven Universe. Like, I don't know what you people are talking about.
They're just like comparing it because they're talking like like the most I would compare it to would probably be like Voltron, maybe.
Okay, so like it's Korra, it's Voltron, it's some of She-Ra, and then it's like I forget what was that third one.
I would say it's more not Voltron,
the fourth one. Yeah, but like there's what the fuck? There's a character in She-Ra who, what's his? Hey, who's the black one in She-Ra, Tom?
Bo.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Bo, yeah, Bo.
Bo looks like Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, some shit like that. Someone was doing that, yeah. Bo.
Toon J, I wouldn't say that Jimmy Olsen looks like Gus.
Well,
He
from
looks-
do you mean like
from
from
Recess?
Recess?
From the Owl House.
From
Yeah.
Recess.
From Loud House?
The Owl
From
House.
what?
From the
The Owl
Owl
House.
Whoa, Gus. Let me see what.
Oh
you
yeah,
mean.
that kid.
You know, oh yeah, people are doing that whole thing again, where it's like, did you see that fucking Spider-Man meme of him with the symbiote, and it's just like redheads in today's culture, and there's just them turning black because it's just like fucking like every red they have is just like they keep turning them black.
That's really fucking funny, actually.
It's just,
Conspiracy.
Uh,
Like just make the ginger black. They have no soul anyway. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Um,
Oh my god.
All right, next here, another thing from Adult
You know what
Swim.
this ginger needs? A little bit of soul, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, another thing from Adult Swim, because like Warner Brothers had like a big like reveal of a bunch of animated content coming out. But Adult Swim, they're going to be doing digital short spin-offs of some of their biggest shows. A couple of them that I'm interested in. They're doing a spin-off from Rick and Morty of the Vindicators from that one episode.
Really?
Yeah,
Like a spinoff? Like
yeah, not a full
Lord.
spin-off, like a short series.
Oh, okay.
Digital shorts, and they're also doing one for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So that's interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, Aqua Donk's side pieces. What it was called. But then like yeah, something called Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, the animated series. Which is that one of the live action Adult Swim shows? I don't remember.
I don't know. I haven't watched Adult Swim in a long time.
And then another one called Alabama Jackson. I'm not sure what that's a spinoff of.
Alabama Jackson. We hear from Alabama Jackson.
Yeah, because it doesn't say what the spinoff, what it's a spinoff of on the description there. Then wait, is somebody not being able to hear audio in chat? No, it's going here. All right. So next month, there's going to be an ad-supported version of HBO Max that comes out. It's going to be cheaper. Than
Really?
the
I
regular
didn't even
version.
know that.
Which is interesting because like that puts it in the price range of like still I think $1 more expensive than Disney Plus, but still like half the price of premium Netflix. Which is interesting.
And Netflix is like what, like $15 or $14 or something like that now?
19. If you want the premium,
Damn.
if you want the premium version of Netflix, where you can have like 4 screens, usable at the same time, and also 4K.
Well, I guess Netflix, like, I don't know. It's amazing how much money they burn, like investing in stuff. I guess they have to.
Oh yeah, another thing about Netflix. This wasn't on the docket, but I just saw it today. Or not today, but like, what was yesterday? How Netflix is getting interested in entering the gaming space. I'm not sure what that means.
No one does.
Like
Netflix doesn't either.
Like, where are the
yeah,
games? What do you mean?
Because both Google and Amazon were like trying to get into the gaming space, and both of them so far have failed.
I'll have you know, Google. What, did they install a search bar recently on Stadia?
Thing is, like, Netflix has to look at what Google and Amazon did and just do none of
Not that.
Yeah, all they have to do is just like look at Microsoft and what they're doing with Game Pass and be like, okay, let's start adding games to Netflix and see if people start downloading games.
Yeah, if you were like, and I would not make your own platform. I'd be like, if you're if you're using the Netflix app on like Xbox or PlayStation or PC, like there's a gaming portal you can tap into.
Yeah. Like
we'll just start buying exclusives. Build platforms, not games.
Right.
We can do that?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Netflix has like 200 million subscribers, so they could like just start putting games on their service that people already pay for, and then say like, look, it worked.
Yeah, we have all these people with Netflix accounts that could play games. Like 5 of them do, but still win.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Microsoft will start looking at it and they're like, oh shit, we have competition now for like Game Pass. So Hocus Pocus 2 coming to Disney Plus in fall of 2022. I have never seen the first Hocus Pocus.
Really?
Yeah. It's a fun Halloween movie, that's all I'll say. It's just
fun.
good to have on in the background.
There is going to be a live action hybrid animated movie of Sandy. Sandy Cheeks.
It's gonna be
From
that
SpongeBob.
fucking puppet.
This is
That puppet.
they're finally doing it. It's the dive. They're like, ah, fuck it, just make spin-offs of everything, whatever.
Yep.
Wow.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be voicing Crypto in the upcoming DC League of Super Pets movie.
Of course.
League of Super Pets.
Yes.
Remember Crypto the Super Dog on Cartoon Network?
I don't remember it on Cartoon Network. I didn't even know that was a
Yeah. Yeah, Crypto the Super Dog. I remember that. And then like every time that was a fun show to have on in the background as a kid.
That was like I'm sick from I'm sick from school. I'm at home. I'm watching Crypto the Superdog at 11 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah, that was exactly. You nailed it, Saber. That was literally how it was. Like
Same thing with a pup named Scooby Doo. It's the exact same shit.
Mm-hmm. Pup named Scooby Doo surprisingly has like a lot of stuff that's like holds up like real. I was watching just like a marathon of it on like I forgot, I found a playlist of it. I was like, this shit is hilarious. This show is so good. It's underrated as fuck. Like there's a lot of stuff with that.
See a few more things here before we go to Q&A. Looney Tunes cartoons. They're going to start wrapping up production. It's not that they were canceled. Is that they're wrapping up production because the original plan was to order 1,000 minutes. 1,000 minutes of Looney Tunes. And they're about to finish that.
Good on them.
Timothy Chalamet is going to be playing Willy Wonka in that Wonka origin movie. Timothy Chalamet, he's going to be starring in that Dune movie coming out. And I've also seen some other things.
Well, what does he look like? Does he look like more Johnny Depp or the original Willy Wonka?
Well, here's a image. I'll post it in the chat here.
Okay.
But I mean, like I can kind of see it as like him as like a young Willy Wonka.
I just need to know which Willy Wonka we talk. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was getting worried for a second. I thought it was like the Johnny Depp one. I was like, I don't want that Michael Jackson shit again. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Mumbler, whatever he says.
Chalamet. Okay, that's how you say his name. Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Is it French? I don't know French words.
I'm gonna do fromage. There you go.
Oh,
I'll save this one for the end. Let's see. Boss Baby. Boss Baby 2 is coming out on July 2nd. In theaters and on Peacock, so it's going to be both streaming and in theaters. I don't know if I'll watch it at home or go to a theater to see it.
Why would you go to a theater to watch Boss Baby 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Waste your money on something good.
Less worth going to a theater for.
Yeah. Especially when COVID's still sneaking around. It's like, I'm gonna go see Boss Baby 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I got COVID, but at least I was able to see Boss Baby.
Hey, I'm vaccinated. All right, last thing for news here before we go into Q&A. So this just came out today. The Powerpuff Girls pilot is being completely redone. They saw it and they're like,
looked at it.
Do it again. And we just now during the podcast, Jax posted in our chat here, someone from Reset Era leaked out the script for the pilot, and it is oh god.
I want to know. Please
you want to do a reading? Yeah. You want to do a reading? Who wants to be Bubbles? Who wants to be Buttercup?
Should I be Buttercup since I got? No. Oh wait, hold on. No, I can do the higher pitched voice of Bubbles.
I'll be whoever. Someone hit me up with this shit.
Okay.
You be Buttercup because
we're doing a live reading here.
Okay. Oh, these thumbnails. Okay, I see them.
Okay. Let me get my Bubbles voice on. Plus, I saw her. I saw on Insta. She has a boyfriend, and I saw her promoted on LinkedIn that she just got promoted. And I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa, despite their political differences. Why the fuck would I
back
say
here
this?
is probably triggering for her.
Why? Because she's the one who killed Mojo Jojo. MoveOn.org. Okay, where's the next one?
Wake up, or we'll leak your nudes everywhere. That worked on you once.
Okay. Look, we love being Powerpuff Girls, but sometimes we wanted to be other things. Like in Dirty Dancing, Baby wanted to join the Peace Corps, but she wanted to be a fancy slut, and her dad didn't get it. Who's Drake?
I refuse to be anybody. Drake, the actual musician.
Okay, yeah. They know. Jerry Orbach was doing his best understand. Okay.
I'm gonna do the narration here. Like Blossom heads upstairs where the bumping sound continues from Buttercup's room, then abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Basie, the woman she eyed at the bar the night before. They've just finished, in quotation marks.
Okay, so who's Blossom?
I'll be Blossom. Oh God, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Okay. To Macy, we're done, right?
I'd say 6 times is enough.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I kind of want to see this. Someone, if you're watching this,
I don't know if it's like if this was like legit. I'm glad they're redoing it. If this like it was just like some fake thing that was posted on Recent
seems
Era,
fake, right?
It really seems
this
fake.
Can't be real.
This can't be real. This can't be real. Damn. Oh shit. I can't believe that worked on you. It's so triggering. I mean, we're so woke, aren't we?
You don't think it is fake? Like it. I mean, like I hope, but at the same time, it doesn't build faith, like at all. I just at this point,
the fact that we even have to ask the question for something this disgusting really says a lot.
It does.
Do I have to say the toilet analogy again? Because it's just the same shit. Like you don't need to watch it. You literally can just be like, "Hey, this is my baby, right here." This will never go anywhere. It's perfection. This entire series, you can rewatch any time of day. But it's just like, you don't have to watch it. You can just ignore all that other shit. You don't have to look at it.
Awful. So I'm gonna do what ruined Powerpuff Girls. I guess this is gonna be like what seals the deal.
Yeah.
For Craig McCracken, it's like just dumb. Poor Craig and Lauren have had both their creations ripped from their hands.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Wow. God, everything is so fucked.
At least one of them ended with dignity.
Right.
Sometimes I wonder what ponies would look like if Lauren finished it, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah. Powerpuff Girls was just like, let's reboot it and then make like a live action thing, and then like, oh God.
Yeah. That's just oof, buddy.
All right, let's go on to super chats here. Got super chats. You can ask questions through that, or through Twitter. Hopefully we can get through all of them. So Edit Man. No, Deli 18. Deli 18 is the first one. Describe your recent dream that you can remember. Or your most recent dream.
I had a weird fucking dream about it was after we played Among Us. And it was like the night before, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like all of us were hanging out at like Sabres, I guess, because we were doing like this thing and it was fun. And then all of us went to like some place where I think it was like some trampoline shit, but there's no trampolines around. And we're all just walking around and Race is vlogging. And then like, it's just like all of us are just hanging out. Tom's there, Matt's there, Paleo, Hero, Katie, Saber, of course, Laura and stuff like that. And then like, we're all just like enjoying our time, walking, talking. And then like out of nowhere, this fucking like woman just like fucking tackles Race to the ground and then like runs off. And I was like, what the fuck? And then like, that was weird. And I helped Race up and he's like, bitch took my camera. And Race is like walking around like hands on the face, like doing that smile, like, well, I'm kind of angry. Yeah. He's like, you know how Race is, but he's like smiling. I was just like, I'm so sorry, Race. And so like we're walking and continuing. Like I just have it vivid memory of him being very angry. And so like we walk back and then I think Tom's like, yo, is that her? And then like I see like, hey, lady, stop. And then she pushes me over and I'm like, what the fuck? And then like Race gets his camera back. It's like, yeah, well, Jack slay that bitch. And then like for some I just like hit her and we get into this like boxing match for some reason. And then Race is recording it. And I'm just like, why is no one doing it? And I'm like looking for Saber to like do something. And he's just like off wally dolly in the shot. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And then I woke up. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. It was a random ass fucking dream. Like I just remember Race being angry. That was it. So weird.
I had a dream that I was at the doctor's office. They took this long needle and they shoved it in my chest real quickly without my permission. And then they walked out of the room and I was like, ah, it hurt. And then they were like, came back and they're like, sorry, bud, you got cancer. And I'm like, no. And then I woke up.
Oh God.
I hate that shit.
I keep having weird Resident Evil dreams.
Oh yeah, I bet they're weird.
That's not a Resident Evil dream. It's coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's a wet dream.
Yeah, especially
no, because I had a dream where I was in a dark. I was in a dark house. I was shooting zombies. I went outside. I went inside into the lake over here to like knife fish to get fish from.
Interesting.
Yeah, because like you can do that in Resident Evil, just like knife fish and then eat it for later. And then also that one I told you about, Saber, with the old man that had fungus on his face and everything, and then like his head started getting taller.
I love dream logic like that, where it's like, okay, yeah,
it was weird. And then like his head kind of like exploded, where fungus went everywhere, and then there was like a state of emergency in the country. All right, from Edit Man. Wait, Tom, have you had any weird dreams? Or any dream that you can remember recently?
Nothing recently. My sleep's been really fucked.
All right.
Not dreaming at all.
A couple from Editman here. Says, what is your favorite elemental power? For me, it's ice. What Editman says. Elemental power? I mean, I guess in games and stuff, I always like favor like electricity stuff.
Electricity's pretty cool.
Yeah, electricity's pretty busted.
Yeah.
I charge my phone whenever I needed to. That's pretty
cool. Fly.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah, just
like Shazam. When he's just like, your phone's charged, your phone's charged.
Static shot. Gotta beat, gotta beat. You're a beat, gotta beat.
And Ant-Man says, how do you feel about the inflation prices of some in some things like gas, if you live in the Southeast USA? Let's see, houses and restaurant food. Yeah, gas, houses, and restaurant. Yeah, gas has been going up here. It's over $3 now.
Yeah,
everything's going up.
Yeah, which is weird because like, as soon as I got out of high school, gas was the highest it had ever been. So it had only been going downhill from there, and it has never reached that point since then. At least for me, because in my area, because I remember like in 2008, like I would be paying $3.99 for gas regularly.
Well, there was that gas, like I remember there being a gas shortage in 2008 or something like that.
Yeah, because that was the recession.
There was that, and I think there was like an actual like supply problem. So that recent one that came out, as far as I know, they were like, "Oh no, the pipeline was shut down." It wasn't because there wasn't enough.
It was hacked.
It was hacked.
Yeah.
So and something about how they didn't want people to get free gas, so they shut it down. And it's like, so the supply was there. You all just got pissed because you don't want people to get a discount. And real estate prices are going up because it's a buyer's market. Folks are like, inflation, what do I do? Buy property. At least the value goes up with that. And then I guess with printing of money, food goes up in price too. And yet, minimum wage going up seems to be an important question to ask, I guess. Go
Yeah.
figure.
But you can get free iPhones if you work at McDonald's now, so it's all good. The market works.
I quit this YouTube bullshit. It's time to get myself a free McDonald's iPhone.
Like an iPhone 3G from 2008 that pitched out of the lost and found. They're just like, should have read the fine print.
iPod Shuffle.
All right, a couple of questions here that are related from both Brandon King and Enigma Prince. Both.
I gotta use the bathroom real fast. Can I step away for a second?
No.
Yeah.
Just go on a fucking.
This one's for Jax anyway.
What
what's up?
Professional we have over here.
Because Brandon King and Enigma Prince are both asking about Miura's how do you say his last name?
Miura.
Miura's death.
Yeah.
How do you feel about his death? And Enigma Prince is saying, like, can you give a soft eulogy of sorts for Kentaro Miura's death in the unfinished tale of Berserk, and also for all who can, what is your favorite arc or character from Berserk?
Well, I mean, first off, it's just Guts. I love Guts to death. But I guess like
so good.
Yeah, it's just like that series. There's some. I'm sure Tom was talking about it earlier, but it's just like that show and manga did so much influence. Like you wouldn't have fucking Cloud's Buster Sword without Berserk shit. Like you wouldn't have like fucking like certain other stuff out there. Like there's just so much influence that series has had on just like mainstream pop culture, like the way he did it. So like, and the fact that he was just like working on it day after day after day, like just grinding on it, like putting outstanding work just into this product. And like the fact that it never had the chance to have a proper anime like stand up, like it had that 90s anime, which was like, you know, pretty dope for a lot of areas, but then it's just like it never had anything to like come back and get to like the really great arcs, you know, like the badass arcs and stuff like that. So it's sad in the sense, it's very sad. Like it's this guy has like this beautiful artwork and he'll live on forever because he has this amazing art that you can read. And like, you know, when you look at the Berserk manga, it's like reading like a Bible, like how thick they are. Like it's crazy, like how much work he's been putting onto it. And then it's been going on since like the 80s, right, Tom?
Yeah, like since the late 80s, I believe he's just been busting this shit out like a fucking god. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, he is he'll be greatly missed, heavily missed. And I feel like it just makes you go like, because he died of what was it, cancer or heart attack again?
It was like something with his heart due to like high blood pressure. Like he worked himself to death, like essentially.
Yeah, he worked himself to death. Yeah, because that's what sadly a lot of mangakas will do to themselves, is like put themselves in that sort of situation where they just work and work and work. Like that's why the creator Tagashi, the creator of Hunter x Hunter, he keeps taking these hiatuses and stuff like that, and it's just like for health reasons. And it just comes a point where it's just like, hey, dude, if you need to like have someone else, like, you know, take over some sense, if you want to finish it that way, that is fine. Just like do what you got to do, but your health should be first. But like, you know, thankfully he's so successful, he can like, you know, do what he wants to do now. But still, it's just super sad. But yeah, he's going to be greatly missed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, Berserk was just so influential. I didn't read the manga until like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and I fell in love with it all over again. But Berserk 97 was like such a huge deal for me in terms of just like theming and messages and stuff. And just I really love the character of Guts. I like thematically what he represents about just how enduring in the face of just like overwhelming adversity, and just this arc throughout the comics that you never get to see in any of the anime adaptations, how like he was like this like really closed off, like isolated individual, and then he meets somebody in Griffith who like ignites this passion for life again in him. But then that even after like a betrayal from that, like he continues to grow and like kind of like look towards the horizon and past all the bad shit that's going on. It becomes like, you know, a dad to like all these other characters he ends up meeting up with, and just a completely transformed character. Right. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like it's just seeing like good and like finding the small bits of good in like a dark and just like complicated world. And it's like just such a relevant thing, especially in, you know, nowadays where everything feels so hopeless. So I don't know. I mean, it's just such a good piece of work, and the fact that like, you know, the themes didn't play out in Miura's own life, because he's quoted as saying like he really hopes he finishes it within his lifetime, and he worked through a lot of just like really tough working conditions of being a mangaka, making a serialized manga with that kind of pressure of being so high profile, and just his body giving out on him. It's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate shit. We need to fix that shit for Japan and all that. It's heartbreaking that they keep doing it, but it's just like they keep putting out such like massive quality, and so like it's just that whole that's just sad. Like he'll be greatly missed. That's all I can say. Because I'll go on another rant again. But
all right. Another one from Editman here. Who are your favorite Little Drama Island girls?
Heather.
Lindsay. And Gwen. Heather actually grew on me in season 3 a lot. In season 3, she grew on me a lot. So yeah.
Without Heather, there's no show.
Yeah. Well, actually, and they introduced. Yeah, you'll see.
You spoiled for me.
No,
The whole drama, bro.
Editman, another here saying, have you ever had things you wanted to do, but had no desire to because you are either tired or depressed? I want to do art, but I'm too tired from my job with the long hours I keep getting.
God, constantly. I'm playing Dark Souls right now. I should be animating rough animations for my game characters. It's constant. It's such a fucking pain in the ass. But you gotta be like fucking Guts, dude. You gotta just power through that shit. You think he wanted to fucking fight all the fucking demons with one arm? Nah, but he fucking did it anyway because he needed to rescue Casca. What a badass. Be like Guts.
Fucking alpha shit. It's so awesome.
Also, you're a human. It's okay to be on and off. But like sometimes you're ready for on fire for art, and other times it's like I just need to decompress. Sometimes you don't know what the fuck you want to do at all, and that's also fine.
Yeah,
you're a human.
I've had moments where I've gotten like depressed to where like I don't even play any games or watch anything.
Right.
It's
a vicious cycle.
Yeah, because like
go ahead, Tom.
The problem is like you'll feel that shitty and you can't do anything, and not doing anything will make that feeling even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, well, I have no idea how to get out of this except to like just nut up and do it, but like nutting up and doing it will burn you out faster next time. So I don't know. It's fucking rough, dude.
In my opinion, with this whole thing, because this happens a lot to me too, like especially because like all of us too, but like it's just like I think what you should do in that sort of situation where it's like, I don't want to do this thing, but I really have the will to do it. I think what actually helps a lot with that is like if you want to do something, but you don't want to overwhelm yourself with work, is just do a bite-sized portion of it. So for example, like let's say you want to draw, right? But you're so tired from work. Instead of like going like, oh, I'm going to go draw for an hour, maybe just like while watching TV, just sketch like some 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, something small, some manageable. It's not like you don't have to dedicate anything to it. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm just doing that sort of thing right there. And if I don't finish, okay, that's cool. I'll just put it away for later, come back to it later, and that's fine. Like you don't have to continue with it. Or anything else where it's like some of my clients have this problem where they work a long day and then they can't train at all or like work out, and it's just like I don't still feel motivated, I'm tired. And then like what I always do is encourage them like this: instead of doing like an hour 20 minutes, work your way up 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just like, okay, what can you do for 10 minutes? Or like just gradual stuff, or like do a follow along thing, and then you don't have to do it like over and over, just follow along with it. Or like again, if it's like work stuff for like YouTube, because I've been there so many times with burned out and stuff like that, and it's just like I need to keep going and stuff like that. It really is one of those moments where you just have to like take back and relax, because I know that whole vicious cycle of being like, if I don't work, then I feel like I'm not exceeding at all, and I feel like shit, so I don't know what I'm doing. And then like if I do work and it doesn't pay off for me, then it's like, well, that was just a bunch of hours wasted. What the fuck am I doing? So it's like you have to get into this mindset of just going like, hey, it's okay. Like Saber said, I'm human. I'm just going to keep moving forward. Like the problem, like it's just, decompress, do whatever you got to do to take your time to like, whatever it is, whatever you find peace with, like, get yourself a nice meal, enjoy that meal, watch your favorite show, like a comfort show or something like that. Do something that you feel like you're just gonna is gonna bring some joy to you. Watch something make you laugh, like stuff like that. Doing little things like that, and then like when you go to it the next day or take like a long nap, take a nice rest. It'll like help you get back to where you need to be. But like don't like beat yourself up over that because everyone goes through it. Because like so many people, I actually talked about this in a recent video of mine. Like so many times online, especially in this social media age, we see people who like they project themselves like Superman and all my like perfection, like there's nothing wrong with me there, you don't see any flawless nature. Well, like in reality, like a lot of us are pretty much, you know, like Spider-Man, like we work hard but we have our flaws and we still go through with it, and that's completely fine. So it's just remember that about you. Like just because people are promoting, they're not showing you the whole story. Like that's the thing to remember.
True.
That or bump some cocaine, that should get you in gear.
That's
Yeah,
also
dude.
true. You know,
Take a bump.
cocaine,
when all it fails.
motivation for the rest of us.
Nose candy, boom, go. You're good to go.
You
Don't
got
do
it,
drugs.
dude.
I am a doctor.
Don't do drugs, kids. Edit Man, another one here. It says favorite Adventure Time episodes. One of my favorites is I always go to this one is Hall of Egress. It's about like Finn going into a dungeon where the only way he can get out is he closes his eyes and goes through the dungeon that way. It's a very interesting episode.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. I mean, the board game one's my favorite. I think, like,
Card
or at
Wars.
least I love that one. It's just a fun little slice of life, good chemistry and dialogue between Finn and Jake, and it really just represents her personality so well.
Yeah.
I really like the door one where they have to sing to open the door, and then Marcel says, "Sorry, I don't treat you like that." I like rewatch that one all the time.
Something's missing. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, something.
Lemon Grab's pretty fun. Oh, okay? I'm sorry. LSP is there was an entire thing with her with stakes that was pretty fucking funny with like going to see the different princesses, I believe, right? Like Slime Princess, and I need to rewatch it. It's been a moment, but LSP is one of my favorite characters.
Excuse me. Sorry, I had to burp. Another one from Ediman here. What are you guys' thoughts on amiibos and Nintendo logging content behind them? It's stupid.
Big no.
Yeah,
big cringe.
it's stupid.
Big
Very stupid.
Imagine owning a bunch of amiibo.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty
I mean,
cringe.
don't look
Pretty
at those.
cringe. Ooh. Imagine being one of the consumers that like enabled.
But
the
I don't
state
even
to
buy
affairs
it for
to
the
even
content
happen.
behind them. I just want the figures.
You haven't even made them fight each other, Paleo. That's not
Good
a
thing
real
we don't know
action
anybody who has
figure.
amiibos. Otherwise, ooh, man, that'd be pretty rough.
It's printing money with plastic.
And
It's-
the
have you
worst,
seen
the
Pokemon
worst,
cards?
huh?
Have you seen like those videos of people like rushing to get Pokemon cards?
Oh yeah, the whole Pokemon card situation is really weird right now. Because the
fuck
thing is,
happened?
like, it started because of Logan Paul.
What happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he bought this fucking like $500,000 card or some stupid shit that was like ridiculous. Like he like went to this guy.
Now
who
people
had,
are like, oh, if these cards are worth something, then like these cards are going to be worth something in the future. It's like, no, they're not. Like not
First one,
like the older cards are like actually worth something, but like modern cards, like
No, they're not. It's just a little. It's like just a boom right now that's not going to last.
yeah, because the same thing happened in the 90s with comic books.
Oh yeah.
Mint condition, never removed from box.
But I was gonna say with amiibos and Nintendo logging content behind, the worst thing about that is like for me as a collector, that since like people are like aware that there's like content for this amiibo now, they're like now everybody's trying to get it, so it's a lot harder for me to get it.
Don't buy it.
But I want it. I want the figure. I don't care about the content.
Doesn't matter. It still counts as a sale. You're enabling all this stuff.
I know. I didn't buy Pokemon Sword and Shield though.
Why
Even
are
though
you
everybody
such
else
a
did.
good consumer, Paleo?
I buy things I want.
Oh, that's your first problem.
Mm-hmm.
You think you want these things.
I didn't buy Pokemon Sword and Shield because I didn't want it.
Good.
Um, let's see. Editman is saying, are there any games from companies outside of Nintendo like Sega, Bandai Namco, Square Enix, that you were excited, wishing for a reveal at E3 this year? The Sega, Bandai Namco, Square Enix. Well, I guess we can say like Capcom or whatever.
I mean, I'm looking forward to both the Final Fantasy 16 info because that they hired the guy who does the combat the combat. I guess it's anymore for Devil May Cry. It looks like a Final Fantasy DMC game, and they just announced they're hiring Team Ninja to make a Souls-like Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the rumor. So those both sound pretty interesting.
From what I hear, it's like it's gonna be a Souls-like, similar to Neo, but more accessible, like a more accessible Souls-like.
It sounds fantastic, like top tier, because like Neo is like even harder than Souls, and like not in a fun way, in a every enemy kills you in 2 hits kind of way. Yeah, it's brutal as fuck. I mean, I'm playing Dark Souls 1 right now. I just beat Dark Souls 3 a couple days ago. I still can't even get like halfway through Neo. It's like impossible. It's fun though when you're not getting absolutely ass pounded into oblivion. But yeah, something more accessible with like the Final Fantasy flair could be pretty cool. God, there was something else. I hope for something with Elden Ring. I hope we finally get a little bit more info on Elden Ring. It'd be nice to see what From's been up to. And Metroid Prime 4, lol.
I don't think we'll see Metroid Prime 4, but I'm curious if that 2D Metroid rumor is like actually true.
I'd be more excited for that than Prime, honestly.
Yeah.
Like a remake of Fusion, or finally like Metroid 5, like that'd make my PP very big if they announce Metroid 5. So
there's also that thing about Sony and Silent Hill, about that being a thing. So we'll see. It should be a fun like E3 this year. Malik Webster says thoughts on the Yasuke the Netflix anime. I haven't watched it. Have any of you checked it out yet?
I don't even know what that is.
It's that Black Samurai anime that came out. Lakeith Stanfield, I believe, is the main voice actor for it. He's
I didn't know that was that.
He's the guy who lost. Yeah, it came out I think a couple weeks ago.
Sick. There's too much to watch, my dudes.
Yeah, there is way too much.
From Ryan Walterson here. I said, did any of you see the trailer for Dear Evan Hansen? It's based off a musical with songs by Pasek and Paul of La La Land and Greatest Showman. People are making fun because the lead actor from the stage show is in his 20s as a teen.
Okay. I mean, that's hardly the most egregious casting for a teenager I've heard of.
Yeah.
Hello, fellow kids.
Exactly.
We had a lot worse in the 90s where like we had like 30-year-olds being cast.
Yeah. No, like you watch like fucking 90s like grown ass men and women in fucking high school and like we're supposed to buy this shit? Like what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god.
Yeah, the amazing Webhead says, how about that Amphibia season 2 finale?
Don't tell me, no spoilers.
Yeah, it's good.
Scroll. We should watch that. We should just fucking watch that. The longer we leave this open, the more in danger we are.
We're watching it tomorrow.
Another from Ryan Watson says, favorite Cartoon Network villains, not from the Powerpuff Girls. The examples: Aku, Mandark, the red guy, the Lich,
Aku,
Ice King, I guess.
Yeah, Aku. There we go. That's easy. Love Aku.
Aku, yeah, agreed. Aku's fantastic. The Kanker sisters.
They're problematic. This the kids will call
that fox from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh yeah, and then there's that Asian guy from Courage the Cowardly. What's wrong, you fool? I bet this robot dog, you fool. Oh, you stupid dog. Eustace Bag is a villain.
Yeah,
He was with them. Yeah, he was. Stupid dog.
Then Malik Webster asking, what do you all think of Bird Girl? I can't tell whether I like her or not. All I can think every time I watch it is, who asked for this? What, the spinoff of Harvey Birdman?
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't.
I didn't even know it was out. The trailer did not look very promising. It seemed to miss.
Yeah, some look weird with the animation. Yeah, animation looked off to me.
It did look off.
For the character design. Yeah.
I feel like the point is like, I mean, are they still going after cases with old Hanna-Barbera cartoons? If they do it for cartoon, like cartoon Fridays, that'd be kind of funny. But oh well.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. If they went with that era of
that
cartoons.
would be badass. But I don't think that's what they're going for.
Like the ads getting a restraining order on like the Kanker sisters, being like, these guys are attacking us.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be great.
Oh my god.
Dexter's Lab being like, dude, you killed people or something. I don't know. Samurai Jack.
You stepped on people with mecha.
Which also would make us feel ancient and
yeah.
that are time.
I mean, it's true though. We are
old.
Oh, did you see that fucking thing I posted in our main chat of like there's this kid going up to this girl and she was just like, oh, you're so sweet. How old are you? I'm 7. It's like, that means you were born in 2014. And it's just like, what?
What?
Oh no.
All right, going on to Twitter here from Richard Rat. Would you rather have a badass looking car but never be able to drive it, or have a really crappy car but you have access to a road that nobody knows about where the speed limits don't exist?
Crappy car. How crappy is a car?
Can I sell the fancy car?
Yeah, can I
I was about
sell
to
the
say.
fancy car?
Just because I can't drive it, can I still sell it? Because I have no interest in a fancy car, but I do have interest in a couple $100,000.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, same.
That's like 10 cheesy gordita crunches.
At least.
Oh yes.
Let's see. Nathaniel Foga asking, what's a food you guys are really good at making? For me, it's hummus.
Mac and cheese. I'm badass at making mac and cheese and grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm fucking goated.
I make a good chili.
I make some pretty decent omelets.
Nice.
I can make shrimp.
You're like fucking Bubba from Forrest Gump. Like, I love coconut shrimp, and I can make shrimp, and I can make shrimp. That's good.
See, if you could magically become from Falcon's Girl, if you could magically become one of these 3 species tomorrow, which would you pick? Kryptonian, Saiyan, or Viltrumite?
Viltrumites live forever, though. They live
God.
forever.
Pretty solid.
As long as I'm not underneath their rule, though. That's the only thing. I don't want to be underneath
But Kryptonians are busted. Okay, like, because here's the thing. Like, it's not like, if you become a Kryptonian, it's not like fucking Kryptonite's going to magically spawn, and Kryptonians will beat the fuck out of Viltrumites. Like, let's just be fucking real. Yeah, it's not a contest. And then, if you're a Saiyan, like, I guess, like, okay, so if you're a Saiyan, like, what happened is, like, you become more aggressive, your metabolism would shoot up, so you'd be able to eat, like, a shit ton of food and be, like, super jacked still. Like, you'd just be, like, fucking eating a lot and still be, like, fucking yoked. You have a lot more higher stamina. You also have, like, a normal human lifespan, too. So, and you look younger for a long bit of time. And then, I mean, like, I guess realistically, you can't fucking know how to turn Super Saiyan. It's just like, I guess it just sort of happens and stuff like that. And it's just like same thing if you became like Kryptonian and this or Viltrumite. It's just like you wouldn't automatically know how to fly. It's like, oh, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I can do all this stuff. But yeah, and then like Saiyans don't have. Yeah, Saiyans are the only one that don't have like a weakness. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, that Saiyan seems goated. Then potential you can grow.
Had a question from Santos Selene talking about thing. I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about the passing of Kentaro Miura, not say his last name.
Miura.
But we did. I don't know if you were late to the podcast.
Pay attention, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was
I'm
one of the
just kidding, I
super
love
chat
you.
questions. Um, let's see, Kevin asking, what are some really mean-spirited episodes or moments you can think of that ticked you off from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic or other shows you have watched? I'll always remember Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well. When that episode aired, I'm like, those can be jerks sometimes.
Yeah. No, the only, you know what's funny is I think I am the only one of our friend group that episode did not bother. Like I was just like, what? Like I think that was just one. I was just like, eh. Like I didn't watch the episode and be like, I have to stain for it. Like there were other episodes I seen, but I was just like, whatever. This is okay. Oh no, you know what episode that pissed me off though? It fucking irritates me today is that fucking Hey Arnold episode with the fucking Izzy and the bunny ears.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Where like he has the fucking
yeah.
bunny pajamas, and then fucking like Arnold has to walk in bunny pajamas. Everyone it's just like fuck you guys. Like fuck you, like this whole thing.
The one time Izzy ever showed up was like that one like particular episode, as far as like being a main character goes.
You're right. It was just a fucked up episode. Stupid.
Let's see. Random Bun.
Drew a picture.
Made some concept fan art for Saber as like a Friday Night Funkin' like character.
Hell yeah!
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice.
Let's see. Do you from Ozial? Do you think that Adult Swim have better content of their shows than or I guess than they do for Cartoon Network?
Wait, what was the question?
I don't know. Ozial always has weird phrasing. Because like the exact question is, do you think that Adult Swim have a better content of their shows than it was for Cartoon Network?
Like, are Adult Swim shows better than Cartoon Networks on the whole?
I guess.
I would say no. I think Adult Swim has some really good shows, but they have some fucking stinkers too. Like they take some of their shows are very, very, very stoner comedy. Like you got to be fucking high to like really have them have any appeal to you. Whereas like Cartoon Network has a lot of bad shows, but I think on the whole they have like more good stuff.
Yeah, Cartoon Network shows are like really fucking like when Cartoon Network's great, it's like fucking god tier great. Yeah, like Adult Swim is just like it's really good or like really good, but there's nothing on Adult Swim that's ever made me go, oh my god, this is like making me just experience every emotion at a top tier quality like a Cartoon Network show has.
I mean, I think the only one I can think of as of late is Primal.
Yeah, Primal is phenomenal, but like it's just like, and it'll probably get even more phenomenal as it goes along, but it's like there's nothing that's made me go like, again, like I feel like there's a lot of Cartoon Network shows that are just like, you know, super great all the way through, or for most of them.
Ryan Conde asking, what was the Cartoon Network show from the 90s you either didn't watch that much or thought was the weakest out of all of them, going from Dexter's Lab to Courage the Cowardly Dog? Let's see. Also, outside of the Powerpuff Girls, what would you be your second favorite Cartoon Network 90s cartoon?
I didn't watch Cow and Chicken like ever. I only watched a handful of episodes.
Mama had it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it that much either. Or I Am Weasel.
Oh god,
I Am Weasel. I thought was weak. Because it was part of Cow and Chicken, but yeah, like Cow and Chicken. I used to watch Cow and Chicken a lot just because I would quote that shit like at fucking school. It's like, you're stuck in a rut and you don't like nuts. You'll fill your guts with our pork butts, because they always had pork butts and taters. Like, Mike, Lou, and Og was very forgettable. To me.
Oh my god, I don't think I've ever watched that at all.
Yeah, I think I like watched it like a couple episodes as a kid, and I was like, yeah, this just isn't grabbing me at all. Like I was just, it's not that good.
But my second favorite 90s Cartoon Network cartoon would probably be Dexter. Dexter Powerpuff Girls.
Dexter's Lab is pretty goated for its early seasons.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, from Santos Lane, there's a different about the Miura question. Says, is there any way for Japan to fix this fucked up way the manga business is for mangaka to be working themselves to death? I get really paranoid with these authors could one day pass out.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Like it's a whole thing with like the work culture in general over there.
Yeah. It's not just mangaka. Like the overwhelming, from what I understand, from a limited shit I understand, like in Japan, it's kind of like a meme that like your life ends after high school and you just work until you die. That's why like all these fucking shows are all about fucking high schoolers, because like that's when like you have a life. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's exceptions, but like the kind of like normie core thing is like you just go to high school, you work your ass off, you get into a really good other school after that, and then you just work. And when you're making, you have to make a comic every week. Like you don't have time to take breaks. Like there's like a bunch of quotes from Miura saying like he hadn't taken a day off in like months. And he just works all the time. And like his days off are just half days. He can't take an actual day off. And like that's just how all these guys work.
Yeah.
And
it's
like,
sad
not everyone
too.
can do it. Like Oda is like kind of like, if you ever
he's a machine. Yeah,
he's a fucking machine. Like you watch Bakuman, like the guy in Bakuman who's like their rival throughout the whole thing. Like he's just supposed to be Oda because that's how Oda is. He's like not human. But like everybody else is just like struggling to make it all work.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that because again, like Tom hit the nail completely on the head there. Like in Japan, like again, like even what was that fucking swimming anime, like Free? Like they kept saying it through the entire thing. It's like, oh, once I turn 18, I'm not special anymore. Like if I don't accomplish anything by age, I'm not special anymore. And then like there's like that sad and then like that forest and stuff like that is filled with people who the suicide forest sadly is like filled with people who feel this way. They feel burned out. They feel like I've accomplished nothing in my life. I don't know what to do, and they go through that sort of thing. And like that's again how Tom was saying, like with the shows, it's just pretty much like always focus on kidhood and stuff like that. It's just like we want stuff. That's what seinen stuff is for. Like so you got like Guts from like Berserk. You got One Punch Man. You got stuff for following adults. Like it's just that concept of just like once you hit a certain age, you are like no longer valid, which is honestly in a way kind of makes me appreciate Dragon Ball in a sense, because even though I don't like what they're doing with the story now, the whole thing is we've grown with these characters all the way through. Like Goku's like in his 30s and 40s, Vegeta's in his 30s and 40s, and they're still improving. Like they have characters like fucking Krillin still improving. They have Yamcha still improving. Like they take all these characters and it just still shows like you can be an adult and improve. So like as an adult myself, that is actually kind of inspiring to like watch a show like that where it's like I'm grown up with these, seeing Goku go from 12 to 40 and he's like still improving. So it's just like a very motivating in that sense. So like that's one thing I will say I do appreciate a lot about Dragon Ball being that sort of series like that. But like again, that is very rare and far in between. Like it's usually just like, oh well, the adults are gone, let's focus on the next generation, let's focus on the kids because they're special and they're what's going to do it. And then it's just a hive mind thing.
Yeah.
We'll have one last super chat here from Ryan. What are two Cartoon Network shows you always wanted to see a crossover with? Note bumpers don't count. Adventure Time and regular show, they never did it.
That's true.
Yeah.
They had like they had a comic, but like, I mean, like an episode. Never did that. Yeah. HBO Max, do it. Do it on HBO Max.
Oh, fucking OKKO did it for me. Never mind. I was gonna say a couple, but then like I realized OKKO fucking took all of them and made them crossover in that one special. So that was a cool little special they did. Fuck. Honestly, I know this is cheating, but I really just kind of wanted like a Cartoon City like short, like a movie. Like you know how like the Cartoon City was like all of them interacting. I just wanted like a short like hour-long movie of that, just like all the cartoons in that city just interacting and stuff. I thought that would have been great.
I always wanted Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls to have a crossover.
Oh yeah.
I think Dexter would be pretty funny if it was just him being like, I'm the hero on this block. I have the science. Don't worry, little girls or whatever. And then like, I'd say this Dee Dee and Bubbles would be like peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. Like they'd be hanging out and And that'd be fun. Just seeing like Dexter trying to one up the girls with his mechs, and the girls are like, no big deal.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
They team up against Mandark at the end or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna happen.
Mandark and Mojo Jojo. Mandark would be like, I'm just like, okay, go away. Like sleep.
Okay, yeah, go away. And then the M on the fucking thing can be like their shit combined, and they argue over whose M it is and some shit like that. They fucking hit the M's.
Dee
my M,
helps to destroy Mojo's machine with bubbles dancing, them doing ballet or something.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
It works. It actually, and the best part of all would be the parents interacting with Dexter's parents talking to Professor Utonium, where they're Dexter's Tony like, I bet you're very proud of your son's lab, and he's like, we haven't had a dog in years or something, and just like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that. I'm the blue falcon. Oh, you don't have to be so blue.
yeah. Oh, don't be blue.
Oh, don't be blue falcon. Man.
That would be great. Damn, why did they never do that? Like Gendy and like Craig were like friends.
They still are friends.
Yeah.
It's just like they work on different things now. Oh man.
Yeah, and I don't think they can do it because like Cartoon Network like owns both of those.
Exactly. Unless Cartoon Network like they get like a good president and they're like, hey, you know what? Let's bring back the OGs and like make something good like this. Like that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Put it here. Okay. All right. So that was the last super chat. So the next podcast, like I said, it's not going to be on a Monday. It's going to be on a Tuesday. So on the 8th. Because I'm going to be looking after my mom's dogs from like Sunday to Tuesday, and I'll be back home on Tuesday. So yeah, thank you for coming out. We'll see you in June, right before the E3 week starts. So that should be fun. So say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.